Good morning again, friends. This is Lee Kersey, the Simple Georgian. The I made a video here a while back talking about the Sutliff 507 slices, Navy slices, and I was told that it was the same as the Peter Stockerby 400 flake, I think it was, Navy flake. Um, and I watched a couple of videos. One was the Pipe Tobacco and Whiskey podcast video, and those guys, I can't remember their name. I met them at a couple of pipe shows. The first time I met them was at Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and great guys. They had a ton of tobacco out there on the table for samples. I guess it'd been out of their collection, because they do a podcast and they do tobacco tastings, and so they was offering some of the tobacco they'd had in their, I guess you could say their not their cellar per se, but samples of tobacco they had tasted and tried over the years. But anyway, they went in and they got a hold of some 507 Sutliff and some PS 400, the luxury Navy flake, and they put them side by side and tasted them. And they said on the video, you can go through their video, their channel, and find the video, but they said it did not taste the same. So, having said that, personally, I bought a few ounces of each. I won't say how much, but I bought a few ounces of each, the 507 and the PS 400, and I'm going to do my own taste test and go from there. I'm I'm of the understanding that Jeremy McKenna, when he said that there was just one and the same, was just um, telling everybody that's what he knew. Um, I'm not blaming Jeremy McKenna at all. Jeremy McKenna is an awesome fella. Um, in fact, Jeremy McKenna has brought Sutliff to the forefront of the little small pipe tobacco shows. Um, I don't believe that the pipe shows would have been what they were with Sutliff if it hadn't been for Jeremy McKenna. He brought it to life for the local shows. I've seen him at the Chicago show. I've seen him at the Muletown show every year. Um, I understand he was at the Capital Land Pipe Show in Albany, New York. Um, you know, and I know that he brought Sutliff, which was a big corporation, to the local shows. And that says a lot about Jeremy McKenna in my book. He's always treated me well. This last tobacco that they had, the last big batch that they done, the sweated. Fortunately, I was able to get my hands on some of that, and everybody that I have talked to since the Muletown Pipe Show that got a hold of some loved it. I have not heard one person say they did not like it as of yet. I'm not saying there aren't any by any means, but everybody that I know that went to the show, they enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it. And in fact, I think Jeremy said that he sold out by that afternoon, that Saturday, which the show was on Saturday and Sunday. So, he had sold out by that Saturday. So, now, could I have gotten more? Yes, I could have. But I didn't want to be just like with these small batches. I don't want to be that guy that buys everything I can get my hands on and nobody else get any. I try to leave some for other people. So um, now a lot of the small batches that comes out, if I can get my hands on them, I won't get but 1 or 2 tins. I in the past I did get 3 or 4 tins of a couple of blends, but I'm going to put them in the in my um, you know giveaway or whatever. Anything that I have more than 2 tins of, the small batches or whatever, that'll be part of the giveaway when I get to, you know, I wanted to do a giveaway at the 250 mark. That'll be some tobacco from my local shop, and then at the 500 mark or either the 1,000, I don't know which, is when I'll give away the small batch. Um, but I do know at my 500 subscriber, I want to give away. I've got a couple of pipes that I bought that I just bought them so I could get the special release tobacco, like around St. Patrick's Day or something. It's not that I really cared for the pipes, but you had to buy a pipe to get the tobacco. So I'll probably wind up, giving away one of those pipes and going from there. And then, like I said, the small batch, the pipe will be in my 500 giveaway. The small batch tobacco may be at the 1,000. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but both giveaways will have some local tobacco, from my local brick and mortar there in Savannah. So I did want to update y'all on that and correct that, thing about the Sutler 507 and the Peter Stockaby 400. As I last checked this week, a couple of sites still had some 507. You may still be able to find some in some smaller brick and mortars, across the country. But I was under the impression that it was the same as the Peter Stockaby 400. But Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey podcast and a couple other people have said it is not. They have actually tasted it. Like I said, I have bought a couple, several ounces of each, so I could do my own taste test and say yay or nay. I don't want to be trying to mislead people. As best I can. If I do make a mistake, I will try to get on here and correct it. And I want y'all to keep our friends in your prayers as well. Flat Cap Piper, we love you, buddy. Jess Piping, I know he's back on doing his thing on his channel, but there's still, some things that he needs to, he's still, I'm not saying he's going through a hard time, it's just life happens. And, I say he still needs our prayers and thoughts. And then you've got Gentry Vintage, Piper X1X, and Paul Rivera. He did move from his other place, but he still has some health problems. A great pipe maker, well-known pipe maker. So he still has to, deal with some traveling for going back and forth for tests and things of that nature. So let's keep him in our prayers, and all the people at Sutliff and McBaron that lost their jobs due to this merger under STG, those people were basically, I'm not going to say forced out of their jobs because they had the opportunity to leave. From what I understand on Jeremy McKenna's conversation with Nathan Davis of the Gray Woody Pipe Show podcast, from the way I understand the conversation, I would recommend y'all to go listen to his podcast. Nathan Davis and the Gray Woody podcast. It's not a YouTube channel. It's an actual podcast that you get on Spotify or one of these other podcast channels. I met Nathan Davis up in Chicago, and awesome guy. He had bought out, that's right when he had bought out K. Woody from, I think it was Mr. Bill that owned it. And Nathan Davis is single-handedly running that pipe company. He's making all the pipes, doing all the marketing, everything. And he is real big, him and Andre and one other guy, I think, is real big in the Capital Land Pipe Show there in Albany, New York. I have not been, but I've heard great things about it. It's just a one-day event. The latest that I heard about it was on the Pipe and Tamper podcast with Jay Furman and Mike. I can't remember Mike's last name. I think that was, but that was the last thing I heard about this past year of the Chicago Capital Land Pipe Show there in Albany. Great people, but yeah, let's keep the people that lost their jobs at McBaron and Sutliff in your prayers. And kudos to those people at Sutliff. They, all but from the way Jeremy was talking on the podcast with Nathan and Eugene on the Gray Woody podcast, Gray Woody Show, all but one or two of those people stayed till the very last with Sutliff. And kudos to those people. They knew the ship was going down. They knew the doors was going to be closed, and they worked to the last day. And from the way Jeremy McKenna talked, he could not ask for a better crew of people. And I give kudos to those guys and girls for staying, even knowing that the doors was going to be closed. And I mean, sure, they probably had something else lined up, when the one door closed. They might have taken a week or so off. But I've been through several layoffs. And it's not fun, when you stay at a place several years or whatever, and they're gonna close the door. It puts a hurting on you. I mean, you don't know where you're gonna go. You don't know what you're gonna do. I have been, through several layoffs and shutdowns and jobs ending and things. I mean, that's life. You have some people, they get out here and they stay at a place 30, 40, 50 years. Me? Oh Lord, I can't tell you how many jobs I've been through. I do know my job history is getting into 4 or 5 pages long, and some of that has to do with me because I just up, quit, and left. But at the same time, it was probably good I left at the time I did, because just like with this last outfit that I was leased on with, they're having some issues, and I'm glad I'm not there. Some of the places I'm going to say probably 95% of the places that I have worked is out of business now, or either they've merged with other companies, bigger corporations, and I mean, that's no joke, and sometimes it's best when you do leave, when you do or whatever. And that's the way I look at it. Yeah, it hurt. I mean, that's a kick in the guts when you lose your job that you had for several years, and you've had that job, your job. I mean, you've had a good paycheck, you've got good people, and then all of a sudden something like that happens, and you get shut down. Now you got to go start over. That's rough. So, and like I said, kudos to those people that stayed with Jeremy there at Sutliff to the end. I mean, I commend y'all very well. You can't find a crew of people like that just anywhere. So I just wanted to update y'all on that and let y'all know what I found out on the Sutliff 507 and the Peter Stockeby 400. I mean, I was being told it is the same product, but after listening to Pipe, Tamper, Pipe Tobacco and Whiskey podcast, they're saying it's not, and I've heard of several other people say it's not. It's a different flavor. So, the best advice I could probably give y'all is, if you can get a hold of some, get some and test it out for yourself. I mean, everybody has different taste tests. My understanding was what Jeremy McKenna was being told, that it was the same product and it was sold to him as the same product. So I don't know. They were getting it in big batches and breaking it up and selling it off. So if it's the same product, it was. If it had a little bit of difference in it, I mean, like I said, I got some. I'm going to test it out, and I'm just going by what knowledge I get when I get it. And I wanted to update y'all and correct that, because I didn't want y'all to think that I was telling y'all that it was the same product, that I knew for a fact it was the same product. I wanted y'all to understand that I'm human. I was giving y'all the information as I got it, but I was not at the factory when it was being made, so I can't tell you for a fact that it was the same product. So, I just wanted to correct that and, give some thoughts and prayers to those people, and commend the people at Sutler for staying with Jeremy and keeping the wheels turning and the lights on until the very last. We appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to y'all later.